Today I have a very minor 6-hour build change which you're going to need to do if you want Gales to be 100% effective. Hey everyone, Debra here and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. So I'm going to show you the level 100 target just on auto, and I want you to notice what's going on with my Gales and stuff as I'm doing this. Now I will tell you right off the bat that I have taken my ship with countermeasure equipment 2 and I have changed that to countermeasure equipment 1. Now this change does come with the side effect of having lower anti-missile accuracy, which means that these riots are much better at hitting me and doing damage to me, which is unfortunate, but this is a strategy game, so I guess is a strategy choice, meaning countermeasure equipment 2 does still have its place on your fleet. Now what you're noticing right here, and it's possible as one UAV ship slips through, I should say, but looks like that one just did. If you have countermeasure equipment 1, it actually lowers that inner green range, which is the range of your MDS-3s. What this does is allows more time in the gap between these two ranges for your Gales to be shooting when your MDS-3s aren't allowed to fire. Those of you who are using countermeasure equipment 2, which is what worked the best in the raid VXP weekend, that is actually having much less of a gap between these two, which means that since Kixeye, I assume, has added some anti-explosive evade to these UAV turrets, means that some of these UAVs are actually getting across that gap before your MDS-3s can fire. And all I've done is change this to a special that lowers the range of your MDS-3s, increasing the range of the gap, which means your Gales have more time to fire before they get into the MDS-3 range, and the MDS-3s can shoot at them, which of course means that they might miss and the UAV might get through. Because remember, for UAVs and stuff, anti-mortars like the Gales will shoot at it until that's taken down, whereas anti-missiles are going to keep firing at it. The other thing you can do if you don't want to do this build change is you can actually drive your ships a little bit, and you can have the ship with the countermeasure equipment 2, if you have that on there, go further behind, try instead of splash damage, but that would mean that there is more range for your Gales to shoot down the UAVs. So I've done that change, and actually when I was recording the video here, obviously one Gale did get through. Not sure if that was a fluke or not. It's the only time I've seen that, but I guess that means that it is the right choice in the fact that it's just barely enough range that one Gale occasionally gets through, but otherwise it doesn't. And I'm pretty happy with this. It actually lowered the damage by like 30%, which was really interesting. I went from about 50 minutes on auto to about 35 without a crew. I have a steelheads on right now, so we'll see what it gets. But as you can see, against these UAV turrets, every single one of those UAVs just got shot down, whereas if I had a longer range on my MDS-3s, well, something else would have got through. So I was pretty clear to Kixeye that I was going to be pretty upset if I needed a build change based on the fact that if Gale suddenly no longer fired at all. This isn't necessarily that, and the build that I showed you initially is still going to work, it's just not the best one. The build that I'm currently running and plan to run for the rest of the raid, unless they change it again, which I hope they don't, uses countermeasure equipment 1 and performs very well against Gales and mediocre against missiles. If you're using countermeasure equipment 2, which is the one that my build video was based on, you will perform slightly better against missiles and quite a bit worse against Gales, although they still fire and take out like 50% of the incoming ones, so I'm not that too upset by it. Personally, I have chosen to refit. I do find the refits on this fleet a little annoying, and by the way, the corrosive damage is way too high on auto. It's at 57%, some have resisted and taken, versus penetrated from the riots, and the one UAV that got through is at 21%, some have resisted and taken. So the corrosive damage on auto is way too high. In terms of the repair time, this is 33 minutes with a steelhead crew, 35 without, roughly. And as you can see, the only change I made is that I have my MDS-3 ship, with just 2 of these, only has a single countermeasure equipment 1. With the one Gale that got through, I could put on another Gale on my ship, and that would help target that one UAV, I suppose, that got through, which would be kind of nice. I do find the I suppose screw-ups is what I would call them from Kixeye to be just a little bit annoying. They're not really screw-ups. It's, well, honestly, it's kind of my fault because I told them about the fact that we couldn't stack countermeasure, or we could not stack corrosive battery 3 and the full focus choke, and now we can. So I've had to do a few changes on that. I haven't done it on all my ships here. And honestly, I've got some ships without armor, so I've got another ship at U2 than I usually do, which is because my labs are still upgrading. I don't have those full lab benefits. I'm quite a bit further behind as we start this raid and have less time to play this raid than usual. I've got 2 ships without any armor and 1 ship with just 1 armor plate, so I'm going to try and get those on, and if I'm autoing, it's going to be more corrosive. I hope this quick build video did help you. If you want Countermeasure Equipment 1 and it's not offered in the raid, log on to Discord and spam it in prize requests, and by spam it, I mean every person put it in like once a day. And that should help it get it in there. Kixeye did listen to you and put Countermeasure Equipment 2 in there when we asked, so I hope they put Countermeasure Equipment 1. It'd be pretty annoying if they didn't, especially because you need to use raid points to get that, so you're already taking guaranteed damage, but that's besides the point. I will try and get some videos out for the 100 and 101 target on, driving, trying to get that down for instant map repair and stuff like that. We'll have to see how good we can get. It does seem to be like it can be a decent raid if you are fully built. I have got a ship at U2 with a single armor point, a ship at U3 fully armored. That's the one I built first. A ship at X1, I did this X1 ship through using 5 tokens from the TLC, 1 from Pillage Participation Trophy, no armor on that one, and the flag is just at U2 with no armor. So again, I am much further behind than usual, and I had to spend 6 gold, or I think 12 gold, 6 hours to put Countermeasure Equipment 1 on this penetrative MDS3 ship, so I'm a little disappointed by that, a little further behind, but this is the build that I'm planning to stick with for the rest of the raid unless Kixeye changes something. Let me know what you think, and it does suck a little bit that we've had to do all these build changes, but let's just try and make the most of it and do what changes we can. It's a 6-hour refit, so you can do that, log off for 6 hours, go do something fun other than Battle Pirates, and come back and do that later. I hope this video did help. It was a brief update build video. Thank you as always to the channel members whose names appear on the end screen now. They're helping make videos like this one possible. And until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.